Hey everybody, Mr. D here. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at how to evaluate and solve percent problems. Okay? A lot of different ways people teach this. I am a big fan of using this chart to break down the problem and put it into math terms. Okay, so I want you to copy down this chart. So pause the video, copy down this chart, and then we'll fill it in. Okay, so here as we go to fill it in, okay, percent, we know that percent, we know this from our other lessons, percent really just means out of 100, okay? So we can write that as a fraction out of 100. We can also write it as a decimal. We know to write as a decimal, we got to move the decimal 2 spots to the left. So I'm just going to write this here as point blank blank, okay? Other words, of is going to tell us to multiply. So when we see of in the problem, we know to multiply. If we see the word what, that's going to tell us it's a variable. And is, are, were, did, does, those types of words tell us equals. Okay, so the main thing I want you to think about is as you see these problems, when we get percent problems, we want to translate these words, bite-sized pieces, word to word by word, into a math equation. That's the key right here. Okay, a little different than you may have learned in the past. I used to have trouble with percent problems. And then when I learned this technique, it really helped me out a lot. And I've found over the years that this tends to be the best way for students to be most consistent with it, even through those tricky ones. Okay, it might be a little different at first, but work through it, okay? So let's do with example 1 here. Example 1 says, what is 35% of 80? Okay, so what is our variable? Is means equals. 35%, now I love fractions, but I'm going to use decimals in most of these because I'm going to be multiplying by integers, so it's just going to be easier. All right, 0.35 of means to multiply, and then 80. Okay, if I don't know that off the top of my head, I'll just do my side work. 80 times 0.35. Five times 0, that's going to be 0. Excuse me. 5 times 8 is 40. My pen, gotta love that one. Okay. 3 times 0, well, let's hold our spot here. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 8 is going to be 24. And if we add straight down, 0, 0, 8, 2. I got 2 decimals right up here. I'll erase down in a second. So that means we have 2 decimals down here. All right, back. So over down here, then our final answer, x equals 28. If you think logically, we can do a quick check on this, see if it's a reasonable answer. If we were asking for 50% of 80, you would know that's 40. All right, well, we're looking for something a little less than 50, so we should have a number a little less than 40, and we do. Okay, let's take a look at example 2. Again, we want to translate. 60% of what number is 75? So let's translate word by word. 60% would be 0.60 or 0.6. I'm going to write 0.60 right now. If I got to do some calculations later, I may adjust that. 0.60 of means to multiply. What number is our x? 0.60x tells me it equals 75. Okay, so we got to isolate the variable, right? We got to get the variable all alone. So we got multiplication here. We'll do the opposite or the inverse, which would be division. So we'll divide both sides by 0.60. So now that I've isolated our variable, left side we got x. And we got to do this division here. I don't know that division off the top of my head. So let's go do that on the side. All right. Now I'll just use the 0.6. I don't need to put 0.60 there to give me extra work for division. Okay. I got one decimal place here, so we can move that once to make a whole number. That means we got to move it in here once to balance it off and to keep it equal. So this decimal point outside no longer exists. Got it. All right, let's do some division. 6 into 7 goes one time. I don't know how we just switched there, but okay. 6 goes into 7 one time. 1 times 6 is 6. 7 times 6 will be 1. Bring down our 5. Okay. 6 goes into 15 2 times. Okay. 6 times 2 is 12. Subtract down, well, it gives me a remainder of 3, and bring down the 0. 6 goes into 30 5 times. This is 30 down here, and voila, look, we got a remainder of 0. I love when that happens. That is awesome. So x is going to equal 125. Okay, so again, 60% of 125 is 75. All right, so if you think about 50% of 125, if we were to find 50%, that would be about 62.5. But we want a little more than 50%, so our number should be a little higher than 62.5, and it is. So again, that's a logical answer. Doesn't guarantee us that we're right, but it puts us at least we're in the right ballpark. Okay, example number 3. Now these are the toughest type of problems that you're going to get when asked for what percent. We won't see a whole lot of these this year. You'll see a lot more of them in algebra, but you guys know me. I like to push you guys and challenge you. All right, and most of you guys and girls will find you'll be able to do these. Okay, so let's take a look. Let's translate it. Now, when I get a what percent problem, I don't write these as a decimal. When I get what percent, I'll write it as a fraction. You know, the what is the variable. Okay, and percent means out of 100. Okay, so what percent of means to multiply of 70. Okay, is, that's equals 21. Okay, now there's a lot of different ways we can solve this from here. I'm going to put these into fractions. So I'm going to make 70 into a fraction by going 70 over 1. Make 21 into a fraction, 21 over 1. I'm going to simplify the left side. So we'll vroom these fractions, right? To multiply, right? So vroom. Okay. X times 70, you guys and girls know that's 70x. Ta-da. On the bottom, we got 100. Over on the right side of the equation, we have that fraction of 21 over 1. All right, now you guys know fraction equals a fraction. You can always do what? Don't be afraid to shout out, and your parents will think you're going crazy. It'll be fun. All right, fraction equals a fraction, cross multiply. So we can cross multiply here. 70x times 1 is 70x. Okay, 100 times 21 is 2100, 2100. All right, we've got to isolate our variable. Okay, so we got multiplication here. Let's do the opposite. Let's divide by 70. Divide by 70. So on the left side, let's extend this page down. There we go. So on the left side, we have x is left over. It's all alone. Over here, I'm going to cancel out these zeros. Right now, I can go 7 and 210. Well, 7 to 21, we know that's 3. And then you got the 0 left over, so it's just 30. Now, in this case, it is percent, right? They're asking us what percent. So x equals 30%. Okay? And that should be our answer. Ta-da! And if you look, it was what percent of 70? Well, 30% of 70 is 21, right? So if I got $70 and I'm only going to give you $21, I'm actually giving you 30% of my money. Okay? Hope this video was helpful. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.